This come. Yes. All right. Om Narayana Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So, with the grace of God, we are back in this class. You remember that, no? Last week we had an anecdote in which a merchant used to repeat with the great, by the grace of God, by the grace of God, for each and everything, whether it's good, bad, ugly, pleasant, unpleasant, for everything he would add that. So by the grace of God, so many of us today are online. By the grace of God, the others also are doing whatever they are supposed to do. So all is well in heaven and on earth with Krishna's grace. Okay. So we are doing this Bhakti Yoga, which is a rather short chapter, and it's the consolidated teaching of the past, of the all the Bhakti things in the second half, like 6 to 12. The first 6 chapters are about Tvam, about the miserable Jiva, who is no longer, actually not miserable, is what Krishna tells us. And then the second 6 chapters are about him, the glory of the Lord, and how to adore him, how to look at him, how to venerate him. All that is in this is the concluding of the second set of 6 chapters, that is Bhakti Yoga. So it's all consolidated. Krishna has been telling chapter after chapter how to propitiate him and how to be devoted to him, how to become dear to him. And so that continues here. And from the next 13th onwards is completely Advaita. Means Asi, Tattvam Asi. You and I are one, says God. So today let's conclude this Bhakti Yoga chapter. Very few verses have been chosen because we have already covered ground, lot of ground on this. All right. So we were in this mayy mana ādhatsva. Beautiful shloka. By the way, all the verses in the Gita are called shlokas. And all verses of the Upanishads and Vedas are called mantras. You know why? Why? Anyone can explain that? Why are these not mantras but shlokas? Why are they mantras but not shlokas?
That is Shruti, this is Smriti.
Correct. That is Shruti, that is directly it has come from the Lord. And this is Smriti, this has also come from the Lord, but he came as an avatara like you and me with a limited body, with name and form, and then he gave it. So, and they're very, those things have to be decoded. It's like a formulae in the Upanishads. So that's why you need bhashyas to, decode what has been said in the mantras. And they're very pithy, small. But here, 700 verses, each one explains the previous one, Krishna is very kind. He explains his own thing for us. He decodes the whole thing for us. All right. So let's go to this particular shloka, mayy mana ādhatsva. And we shall all chant. And these shlokas are so beautiful, so poetic. So all the panditas go to raptures describing how beautiful the meter is, how lovely the words are, all that. If people know Sanskrit, they'll be able to enjoy it. So 12.8, Bhakti Yoga 12.8. Mayyeva mana ādhatsva, mayi buddhiṁ niveśhaya, nivasiṣhyasi mayyeva, ata ūrdhvaṁ na sanśhayaḥ. people, you can go one by one. Yes, Nirmala.
मय्येव मन आधस्त्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Very beautiful. Kamala?
मय्येव मम आधस्त्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Mayyeva mana ādhatsva. Did you say mama? Okay. Suma?
Yes, Purnimaji. Mayyev mana ādhatsva mayi buddhiṁ niveśhaya nivasiṣhyasi mayyeva ata ūrdhvaṁ na sanśhayaḥ.
Very good. Indra?
मय्येव मन आधस्त्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Nivasiṣhyasi mayyeva. Okay. Nivasiṣhyasi.
निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Okay, good. Sneha?
Yes.
Okay.
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Very good. Jayashree?
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अथ ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Very good. Vinaya, you want to chant?
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Very good. Anu, you want to try?
I'll give a try.
All right.
Mayyiva mana
Ādhatsva.
ādhatsva mayi buddhim niveshaya nivasišyasi mayi eva ata urdhvam na samshaya.
Very good. Shweta? Mayyeva
Mayyeva
mana ādhatsva
mana ādhatsva
mayi buddhiṁ
mayi buddhiṁ
niveśhaya
niveśhaya
nivasiṣhyasi
nivasiṣhyasi
mayyeva
mayyeva
ata ūrdhvaṁ
ata ūrdhvaṁ
na samśhayaḥ.
na samshayah.
Okay. So all done, I guess.
I just came in. I'm so sorry.
Okay, Shweta. Yes, please.
I didn't listen. I just listened the last sentence. I'll try.
Okay.
Mai eva mana
Ādhatsva.
adhatsva
Ādhatsva.
mai buddhim niveśhaya
Niva-
nivasišyasi maya eva ata ūrdhvaṁ na samshayah.
Very good. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, mayyeva mana ādhatsva. Fix your mind on me alone. Mayyeva. Mayi, in me, buddhiṁ niveśhaya. Put your intellect also in me. Your mind and your intellect. What happens when you put your mind and intellect together in me? Nivasiṣhyasi mayyeva. You will abide in me alone. Atha ūrdhvaṁ na samshayah. Of this there is no doubt. Apart from this, don't have any doubt thereafter. Atha ūrdhvaṁ. After you put your mind and intellect in me, you shall always abide in me. Of this there is no doubt. Sorry. So, here the main thing is, why both the mind and intellect have to be on board for this project of putting, concentrating on God, Both. He's specifically saying, put your mind in me, put your intellect in me. Why? Why is it so important? Both have to be on board. Because the mind is just, it just gives inputs. The sense organs gives input to the mind, and the mind will just go on playing with them. Raga dvesha is the nature of the mind. Sankalpa vikshepa is the nature of the mind. It decides one thing now, and then the next moment it changes. The mind's nature is to change. It's a monkey. Manavemba markata, it is called, isn't it? So the mind, it cannot take any sankalpa. To take a sankalpa, the intellect has to be on board. The intellect is empowered with what? Viveka, vairagya. All the higher qualities have to be developed, has to be understood by the intellect first. And then only the intellect has to convince the mind. No. I will keep a alarm for Brahmi Muhurta. I want to do meditation. 3:30 a.m. Intellect has understood. It is very good. It is very important that Muhurta, everything is very quiet. All the devatas are, receptive or whatever. And so I had to get up and meditate. But when the alarm rings, what does the mind do? The mind is used to sleeping till 6:30. So it will hit the snooze button. So the mind has to be trained. The mind is a creature that needs to be trained, like a huge elephant. The huge elephant has to be trained. How it can be trained? Just like an animal, wild animals are trained to operate in the zoo, the mind can also be trained. For that, Krishna has said any number of times, abhyasa, make it a habit. And we know how hard it is. Making something a habit is very, very hard. So all of us have come this far, 2.5 years we are doing this habit of Bhagavad Gita class in the Saturday mornings. Amazing. The intellect has triumphed over the mind, and the mind is on board. So both the mind and intellect have agreed that this is the path I need to take. So mayy mana, mayy buddhi. In Krishna put your mind and intellect all the time. And then what happens? So what will happen? What is the meaning of putting my mind and buddhi into God? What does it mean? It means pour out all the rubbish. The mind is full of garbage and rubbish. All that you put into God. Papa, he is a garbage bin. Yes, it doesn't matter. Instead of putting it on some other human who is going to be corrupted and he will corrupt me also, put it in God. All my anger, all my complaints, all my peeves, all my joy, happiness, everything one can share with God. Let us not go to a shrink, or let us not go to another person for dumping my garbage. No need. That kind of devotion, if I have to God, with great love and with great sincerity, if I can stand in front of a mirror or in the puja room and pour out my grief, definitely there is going to be relief. And some intuition, some answer from within or without will come. That is what people in the know say. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Haven't done that myself. I don't know if some of you have done it. Please share it with me. How we have directly gone to God for answers. So, no need to depend on anyone, says Krishna. Depend on me alone. So, there's a beautiful incident of Ma Sharada. I think we have recalled that incident earlier here in the class. So she was a very young girl when she was married off to this mad priest called Ramakrishna. And then Ramakrishna's family never brought her. And she went on living with her parents. And then after some time, she only decided, I have to go and be with my husband. So all alone, she traveled from her little village to this one, Dakshineshwar, or wherever he was. And so, with great difficulty, we know in those times, traveling was a hazardous project. No roads and no lights and dacoits on the way, whatnot, unhealthy conditions. Anyway, she reached Dakshineshwar after a long trek, and Ramakrishna didn't even acknowledge her. And he had his assistant called Hriday, his nephew himself. This Hriday was very possessive of the master. He said, oh, now the wife has come, my place in this family is going to go for a toss. So Hriday was extremely cruel to her. He said, why have you come here? You think your husband will take care of you? There is no place for you here. Get out. And Ramakrishna didn't say anything. He didn't take her side at all. Nothing. Absolutely cruel, both of them were. And so what did Sharda do? Young girl. What did she do? She just straight went to the temple of Kali. And she said, this is what happened. My husband has rejected me. I have no place in this place. I'll go back to my parents' house. Please call me whenever it is your will. She said that. That kind of mayi eva mana and mayi eva buddhi, both of them, she had put it at Kali's feet. So beautiful, right? So, any more instances you guys want to share? It will be very nice. The intellect also has to be nourished all the time with satsang. Otherwise, the intellect is engaged in analyzing the world outside. What is happening in the world? How will the elections go? What's the global politics? Water crisis? What have you? There are so many things to occupy the intellect. So give it some satsang. Give the intellect satsang. Let the enquiry not be about the outer world. Why this? Why that? Let it be about myself. Who am I? Where have I come from? Who is God? How can I reach God? Ask existential questions. That is why the intellect has been given to me by God. So nourish the intellect with satsang. My goal is God realization. Always that purpose of life has to be kept burning in the back burner. Always, even when you're involved with the world, let me have that purpose burning within me all the time. God alone is real. Even when I'm analyzing the world, let it be as a surface level, superficial level. No need to get into it so deeply and crack my, corrupt my intellect also. So, because God alone is real, all this is Leela. The Bhaktas, the Advaitins, they call the world as Maya, illusion. But for the Bhakta, which is Bhakti Yoga, which what we are studying, the world is Leela, a play of God. That is why we have in the Puranas all the Leelas of God. How God himself curses Jaya Vidya, or they get cursed, Jaya and Vijaya, they get cursed, they are so close to God. And then they come down to earth. And then they get moksha at the hands of God. They appear to be doing all sorts of nonsense on earth, cursing him, killing people, everything they do. And then they go back to God. See, so beautiful. If we remember those stories, which is why we have the Puranas, this Leela of God can be seen in the right perspective. That is how the intellect comes into play here. To remember the Leelas of God, apply it on the world, and be internally peaceful. And so the intellect also has to go into Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, all these things which we are all doing. So the mind will get little by little, it will get rid of raga and dvesha, likes and dislike. I like this, I don't like that. Like that merchant, everything is by God's grace. Nothing can move without his will. So what is there to choose? Whatever is on my plate, I will accept. I'll accept it happily. So nivasiṣhyasi mayi. That is how I will abide in mayi. Means God is telling you will abide in me alone. What is that me? Not Krishna as that form, beautiful form with the peacock feather. It is the ultimate supreme reality, which is you will come closer to God realization. You will that Jiva Brahma Ekatvam will happen in me by and by. If I don't put my mind and intellect into God or the ultimate truth or what have you, what will happen? Remember the story of Shakuntala. Anyone knows story of Shakuntala? If anyone knows, quickly you can recall. Dushyanta Shakuntala. ಯಾರಿಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತು? ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಹೇಳಿ.
She gets cursed, right? Shakuntala gets cursed because she would have forgotten what is the real thing, but her whole dhyana would be on Dushyanta.
Yeah.
And her newly married. I mean, I don't agree with it 100%, right? I mean, you're newly married for a reason, right? You're off age, you're away from your husband, so, or the most loud one at that time. So I don't think she was in the honeymoon phase too. So I don't think anybody should curse. It's like giving punishment to a less than 10-year-old for doing some mischievous without knowing.
Okay.
So I think that's what it is. But I also understand.
How many of us agree with Shweta that she shouldn't have been cursed? Because she was in a honeymoon phase and she was thinking of her husband, dreaming of her husband. She was not in the present moment, Shweta. All the mindfulness experts will tell you, be in the present moment.
Hey, that's a good argument. But also when you have your love goggles on, Purnimaji, your present goes away, you live somewhere else.
Yes, that is what the love goggles for a person, for the world. It is basically about some other person, not about God. When the love
goggles should be about goggle.
See, that is why the Vishayi is a worldly person who depends on the outer world for occupation, to feel happy, to be engaged, all that. That is very, very common. We take it so much for granted.
That's true.
We take it so much for granted. That is why I feel, what is wrong with it? That is how we feel. But no, that is not correct. She was young, agreed. That is why she had to learn the lessons the hard way. And that is why we all have these lessons for us to learn. Right? All these stories are there to get some this thing about it. We have
moral of the story.
Moral of the story. Bottom line, there is an elder in front of you, a rishi, who is known for his great temper. You better, propitiate him and not think of your husband there. So, be in the present moment, do whatever it takes. All that, those are the things that you learn. So, when the mind is not on God, all these disasters will happen. They will follow. So, that is how our...
So, it's almost like, Purnimaji, what you just said, right? To relate it back to Bhagavad Gita, there's the chariot Arjuna rides on. Krishna is the charioteer. There's the horse, and then there's the reins. So it's almost like our manas buddhi, like, what he said, intellect and mind. The horse, the chariot, and our reins is where our, being mindful. And, you just talked about being, what were the two words you used?
Raga Dvesha.
So, Raga Dvesha, so the reins to get to become a rein, the leather or whatever the format they've used, it's been through a different transformation to become a rein. So let going of all your raga, dvesha and everything and handing that over to Bhagwan Krishna, who was riding, who was the charioteer. I think that's how I kind of think about what you just told me today.
Yes, hand over the reins. Dushyanta
That's it, yeah.
Whenever he will, okay? It's his will. Okay, something like
that. Yeah.
You don't worry about it. It's not my concern. Whatever comes on my plate, I will take it. So
yeah, you gave it to me, you'll help me handle it. That's it.
You give it to him. That brings me to another beautiful anecdote about Girish Ghosh. You know who Girish Ghosh was? He was one of the characters in Ramakrishna's life. He was an actor, complete hedonist, completely, opposite of what Ramakrishna stood for. Ramakrishna was mad after God. This guy was mad after everything else. He used to drink, he used to smoke, he had the worst kind of lifestyle. He used to hang out with all riffraff because he was an actor and he was always in the studios and doing all sorts of roles, villainous roles, all foul-mouthed bugger, Girish Ghosh. Yet Ramakrishna was so fond of him. Girish. He used to be so fond of Girish and he was always calling, my son, come sit with me for some time. Come sit. Girish Ghosh was so embarrassed. He knew that, he was not quite whatever a bhakta has to be at least bhaktas, at least in front of God, they'll pretend as if they're, something is all right. But this Girish completely unapologetic about his lifestyle. And then he used to get embarrassed to be, to go in front of Ramakrishna. But Ramakrishna was very, very consistent and perseverant with Girish. No, you pray to God. No, you pray to Gali. No, you pray to me. Girish Ghosh would say, no, I can't. My lifestyle is so, it's like this. I have no time to think of you or God or Kali Mata. Nothing. I have no time. My friends are important. My acting is important. My drinks, my smoking. My mind is not in you. My mind is in all in other. Then Ramakrishna says, 5 minutes. So kind. Look at the man. 5 minutes in the morning, you think of me. 5 minutes in the evening, you think of me. Girish Ghosh says, no, I can't. Look at that audacity of the man. He says, no, I can't. Even 5 minutes, I am not sure I can put my mind on you. Then you know what Ramakrishna says? You give your power attorney to me. Okay. You tell Girish, you give me. On your behalf, I will think of God for you. How is that? How is that Guru? And how is this Shishya? Girish says, yes, that I can do. You do whatever you do with my mind, okay? You take care of. You pray on my behalf. I don't mind. And after Girish did this, slowly his mind only got transformed without his own knowledge. So whatever he was doing, what would Ramakrishna do? He would think of the master. Whatever little thing he did, like that slowly, his mind got transformed. So it's not that I have to stop my lifestyle completely and, change it to such an extent. It's impossible. It's really, really very hard unless one is really advanced in practice. One can do it completely. Mayy, ādhatsva, mayi buddhiṁ niveśhaya. That can be done for a very, very mature seeker. But for the beginners, little steps, and God will take care. This is the message from Girish Ghosh story. Ramakrishna says, I will take care. You just have faith in me. Can you do that? Yes. If you don't ask me to change, I give you full power of attorney. Go, do whatever you want with my life. How beautiful is that? So put your faith in a higher power and it will guide you. Any comments on this story? Nothing?
No.
All right. So what happens when the mind and intellect both are on God? The world will no longer be a distraction. The world will no longer be a distraction, and observing God will be easy. God as my creator, God as the fellow who is doing all this in front of me. So, and there is no distraction with the world, because you know why? Because you accept that God is the creator of all this nonsense also. And he is that nonsense also. It doesn't matter. God is appearing as this evil being, or God is appearing as this dog or this plant, whatever. That is why in Sanatana Dharma we worship everything. Snakes, this, that, mice, everything is being worshipped because everything is God. He is the abhinna nimitta upadana karana. What does it mean? He is, see, for anything there has to be an intelligent cause and a material cause. For example, there is a pot. This is the famous example in Vedanta. There is a clay pot. Who is the intelligent cause behind the clay pot? Who made the pot? It is the potter. And what is the material? It is clay. So there is the potter who created the clay pot, and there is the clay. When it comes to the universe, when it comes to the world, the intelligent cause is also God. He is the creator. And the world, the creation is also God. How? We know in Vibhuti Yoga, God declared, everything is me. So he is the abhinna. He's both nimitta and upadana. Nimitta means the intelligent cause. Upadana means the material cause. God is both abhinna nimitta upadana karana. God is both the creator and the created. So this is how I can abide in got. Okay. Next.
Purnimaji, can I add something?
Yes, yes, please.
The thing is that whenever my dad's, if some situation is there, I'll ask something, then he'll tell, Ella Bhagavantanichya.
Ella Bhagavanta Nishya. Must.
He'll tell that most of the time, while I'm attending your classes, I am able to understand what exactly the depth meaning of that is.
Okay. Nice. Very good. So to keep this burning at the back of the mind, and at the end of the day, like you said, to decode the messages of the day. What was said during the day? What happened to me? What happened in my life? The events of the day. When we decode from this lens, that God is making everything happen, or whatever, the intelligent cause is God, and the material cause is also God. He is the creator, and he is the one which is created. Even all the problems look like, they are fine, it's fine, not a problem, because it's God's will. So that kind of attitude will come in me, and I will settle down.
That's true. Whenever some situation or something is there, I just, after going through that, I just analyze, what happened, how my mind was, what did I do.
Correct.
And as you said, whatever happens, you will not get affected, whatsoever is happening in the world. It's with me also. Whatever happens, it doesn't matter for me. It is like, I feel like, something, God is teaching everybody. Now, see, there is the Snigdha and I had a discussion that, she was, Mama, there is so much of water crisis in Bangalore. I said, what did we do for this water crisis? Because there are more of buildings, all, causes, I said. Correct, Amma. God is teaching us a lesson.
So,
That's what, in
very nice.
every situation also, I tell that, if something is not in my control, I tell maybe the God is teaching me a lesson, I have to learn it.
Say course correction should happen. Course correction will
Yeah,
happen. Hmm.
yeah,
And see, I think in the 6th chapter, he said, when God talks about yajna, he says, the rains will fall, and the clouds will bear the rain-bearing clouds, they'll fall on earth, and the Anna is born. Everything happens only when Manushas are doing yajna. All of us should be in yajna bhava. All of us should do whatever we are doing with the spirit of surrender, with Jagat Hita as the goal. When that is not happening, when we are doing things for a selfish purpose, most of the world per se, when that is happening, yajna is not happening. When the
correct.
yajna bhava is not there, all this will not happen. The other things will not happen. The universe will also not do yajna. All the systems, all the seasons, the rhythm of the environment depends on man,
Correct,
our yajna.
correct,
So when there is water crisis, when there is no rains, understand that we have failed in some manner. We have
correct.
not done the 5 pancha yajnas that we are supposed to do. What are the pancha yajnas? Bhuta yajna, manusha yajna, deva yajna. Nothing we have done. We have not taken care of the environment. We have not taken perhaps as good. All of us, not individual, collective. The pancha yajnas have not been done properly. That is why everything is acting up. So what do? We pray. Pray for forgiveness. Each of us have to pray very, very sincerely. Prayer has got a lot of power. We have
That's true,
to
Purnimaji.
pray.
I been there are many testimonies I have that, whenever I have seen it with the pure heart when we pray for some, pray to God, things will happen, in place. This is, I have seen a lot because 2 years ago when my dad underwent, a severe heart issue,
Mm.
I just prayed only one thing. I just told only one thing. He is an honest man. He has never, very honest,
Straightforward.
very highest,
Mm.
paid government employee. And he has never, taken, booze from anybody. He is like, that kind of person. If you want to teach us a lesson, I know that we will withstand this, and will come with the, flying colors. And recently, when we went for his checkup, the doctor said the heart has, what you tell, it got its power back, which was working only 30%. Now it's working 70%.
Wow. See?
It's all because we prayed also, and he's doing this also. He's very strict on things.
Yes, Samay. So that's what everything has to be aligned. You prayed and your dad also, took care of his whatever health, whatever advice perhaps was given to him. So everything has to be aligned, then it'll all fall into place. There's definitely no. So that's a good point Shweta made, that whatever prayer I have, put it at the feet of God and let him decide. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadacha. See, every step we need to remember these teachings. I should not cry that my prayer was not answered. No, it's his will. Halalladaru haku, neeralladaru haku. Put me either in milk or in water. Oh my God, that's such a high, that bhaktas, that it has to go to that level. To enjoy that everlasting peace, that has to be the attitude. So beautiful. So, if this kind of intense bhakti is not possible for me, yes, Nirmala, please say something for us.
If you become Vishnu's devotee, generally, he will take you around jolly rides. But once you go to Shiva, because he is a Vairagya specialist, you know what? Any Shiva devotee starts on the roller coaster ride. Immediately he'll start testing him more and more and more and more. So one bhakta went and asked Shiva, what is this nonsense? Just because we say we are your devotee, you take full toll on us, like this. You know what he said? I have to prove to the world. Look at my bhakta. What surrender he has. Look at him. Whatever I do to him, he never, takes it amiss, and he still continues to love me.
Abba. He'll take me as an, case study. Yeah.
That is what it is. If you surrender completely, yes, it is very beautiful. But are you ready for the roller coaster ride?
Are you ready? Are you ready? That is why mayyeva mana and buddhi, both have to be, very, very much surrendered to Shiva, whoever it is. Thank
Shiva
you.
or whatever. See, I'm just telling you for like that. But Shiva, Vishnu, there is no difference.
No difference.
No difference whatsoever.
No difference.
There is only one consciousness, and that's what it is.
That's what it is. So he says, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham, and we should take that word and we should be quiet. He says, I'll take care of you. Minimum needs, I will take care. Don't worry about your roti kapda makan. And all the yoga I will take care means, yoga here he means not the material world. It means I will take care that your mind is always fixed in me. I will make sure that no matter what the worldly circumstances, you will be engaged within my Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. That is what God means when he says, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. So like Nirmala said, we should be able to put up with all nonsense in life, yet come and listen to all this, his words, his Bhagavad Gita. We should be able to listen no matter what.
Still be devoted.
Still be devoted. Not get angry with him. Even you can get angry with him, Nirmala.
One problem comes. What is it? There is no God at all in this world. Go away. Go away. If you go and that person is so unhappy, at the time you say, think of God, you know what he says?
What God?
Forget it. There is no God at all. What are you talking about? If there was God, he will allow this to happen.
So to pull somebody from that depth is very hard.
Very hard. He
Very.
becomes a atheist.
That is why from the beginning this has to be developed. Because all these will
From
come
the
to our
childhood years.
from childhood, like how Shweta's daughter Snigdha is into this.
Purnima,
Helappa.
Padmaja here.
Yes,
So, I just wanted to share one incident. Yesterday it happened. So my sister, she's staying in NC, North Carolina. So, they husband and wife have to move to another city for a period of 3 months. Anta. So now here they have our own house. Everything is furnished. Everything is there, all settled. But now just for 3 months, and the rents are very expensive, it seems. So that's why they have to move to a studio on the small chikku place. Now for that particular place, they have to sleep on the floor. We can't move all the furniture and all agalla. So let us just have to sleep on the floor. But she was very concerned about her 5-year-old daughter. How will she take anta? Because all used to comfort levels ella ide alla. So she told, the mother told the daughter that for 3 months, for next few months, we have to go for a vacation. But we have to sleep on the floor, She wanted to prepare her mind so that, she'll not.
Yeah.
So I was surprised by what she was, what she answered. She said, "Yay, Mama, I'm so happy. All the time I'm sleeping on the bed only. Now I'll be sleeping on the floor. It is lovely experience. I would be waiting for that, Anta." So I was like, oh my God, and 5-year-old also can teach us so many things.
Yes, for them everything is is an adventure, and it's something to be explored. Very nice. Very nice.
Very, hard. We can't sleep on this one. We have to sleep on the bed. Anta. ಆ ತರ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗಿಲ್ಲ ಹೌದು ನಮ್ದು ರಾಗದ್ವೇಷ already set in so deeply.
So
Nice.
Prabhuji always says no, that it is very easy to teach Vedanta to the children rather than the elders.
Right.
It is how you put it across to them. You sound it like a vacation. The vacation means immediately inverted commas fun.
Fun. Very nice.
So, for example, this Edison, no, Einstein. Who's this? I get confused. Einstein, I think Einstein was thrown, Edison. I don't know Edison.
Okay.
So Edison was thrown out of the school. And he came and told his mom that my teacher said, you need not come to school tomorrow, from tomorrow. And there was a small letter she had given to her mother. So the mother says to the child that I think he was dyslexic and all. So the mother says, "Oh, this school, no, is not good enough for you. You need to go to a higher school. You are more intelligent than all these people." So he believed in that. And after his mother died, he gets that letter. That in that letter it is written, your son is dyslexic. He doesn't understand anything. Please take him out of the school. We don't want to teach him. Whereas the mother put it in such a way that, the child took it positively and he did achieve a lot. Nobel Prize winner and all that stuff.
That is Edison only, Nirmala.
Edison, yeah, okay.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, I just got confused, sorry. But the crux of the matter is, it is how you paint the picture. I want to share a little story.
Yes, please.
There is a cancer ward. I think I have shared it. I don't know. It's a cancer ward. One fellow is away from they are all terminal patients. One person is away from the window. Another person is near the window. Every evening, the person near the window will say, "Wow, see, all the children have come." Both of them can't move. All the children have come, they are playing. Wow, look at that fellow, he's so naughty. Oh, he has brought his dog along. Oh, this girl has a fluffy cat with her. He used to go on telling stories. So the day he died, the window fellow died, the other fellow, somebody else was going to be put in that place. The window fellow, the off window fellow said, I want to stay there. Please give me that place. The other man, let him come take my place. So he goes and he's near the window. You know what it is? It is a prison wall.
Silas Marner, the last leaf. You had that lesson in school? Okay.
No.
Okay.
However, because of these stories, his health actually got better.
Better.
Listening to this and all that.
Listening to the account, and no, is a prison wall or this guy was blind. The other fellow on the bed who was describing all this, he was blind. Alva? Haudu. He was blind. So that is how the power of positive messages, you know, how it works in life.
It is how you be optimistic in your life. Optimistic, grateful, all the good qualities. If you try to develop in yourself, believe me, the universe responds, the body responds, the people around you are happier. There is some sort of a
body is operating.
Happiness spring which is being shared, and you feel very happy. For example, this example of this Bhagavad Gita class itself is that. It is the happy sharing we have, that it is all fun. Look at other classes, they are more textual and more with meaning. No sharing thoughts. We have so much food for thought here.
By God's grace. Yes. And who is this iPhone person? Can you change your name? Can we know who this is? Yes, Shweta, you want to say something?
No. I was just trying to see who's the iPhone.
Who is the iPhone?
That is Mr. X.
Mr. X or Miss
No,
X?
that's my mother, Ramamani.
Oh,
it's a new phone. She's unable to do a lot of things, and she was quite mad that she was not able to log into the class. And I finally sent her the passcode and all that. I don't know if that helped.
Okay, good. I'm sure she's listening. Okay.
Yeah, she's listening. I think she's not able to contribute because she's not given permission to the microphone, I guess.
The settings have to be.
That's right, yes.
Okay. So I think it's already 7:50. Please share your thoughts. And there are 2 more shlokas to be done in this chapter. What happens if I am unable to have that kind of parakashta bhakti in God? Not all of us can rise up to it. Like how that Girish Ghosh or whoever it is, it's difficult. So God, with his great compassion, he dumbs it down for us. Dumbs it down. 2 more shlokas, 12.9 and 12.10. So one step down. He makes it easier and easier for us to abide in him. That is what's going to happen in the next few shlokas. So for today, I don't think we should take up the other 2 shlokas because they are also very beautiful and we can share a lot of stories with those shlokas. So for today, please give your 1-line takeaway from the class.
Hey, Purnima, one thing that I wanted to share, one funny coincidence, but it's like, since you have talked about Dushyant and Shakuntala, my father-in-law's name is Dushyant, and my sister's mother-in-law's name is Shakuntala, and we make fun.
It's too cute.
Hey, we have one Dushyant and you have Shakuntala with you.
I know these things happen in our family. In my neighbor, in my childhood, my neighbor's children, one was Vishalakshi and one was Vishwanatha. We thought it was stupid on the part of the parents to name the children like that. Vishwanatha and Vishalakshi. Okay. Amele? Yes.
It is the names of Kashi, Vishwanatha, and Vishalakshi. My name is Vishalakshi.
Wow.
Annapurni Vishalakshi.
And my birth name is Vishalakshi.
Oh, how sweet. How sweet.
Who's that? Who's that?
Shweta Vadayar.
It's me, Nirmalaji.
Oh, fine. Hey,
Purnima,
don't say
Tanvi's name is also Vishalakshi.
Yes, Kamala?
Tanvi's name is also Vishalakshi, my
Are
mother-in-law's name.
How many Vishalakshis? Okay. How beautiful.
We
No, I
used to
thought
use our granny's name.
Granny's name. Yes, that's the habit we have. Really.
See, when Parvati closed Shiva's eyes, the whole universe, the whole universe became dark. She just closed it for 1 second. But it spread to so many yugas. So Shiva was very angry, but then he calmed off. Then being the mother, she was very guilty. She said, I being the mother, I became so playful. How can I do this? I will do penance. I will go and, atone for my mistake. So the first place she comes is Kashi. So there she comes as Annapurni Vishalakshi. Then the next spot she goes is Kanchi Kamakshi, where she gets married to Lord Shiva. Then the third, she gets married, but still she is separate. That Bringi Rishi, he goes around Shiva only. He says this Parvati and all is useless.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm not going to pray to her and all. She's not worthy of my prayers.
Correct.
Of my, this thing. So that time Shiva comes. Shiva says, you need to have a guru and you have to come to me. So that's when she comes to Arunachala. And she does penance. And who's the guru? Gautama Rishi. She comes to Arunachala and Arunachala was dry, no water, no nothing. There was drought, everything. The Parvati comes. Immediately, Gautama has gone to collect some medicines and all that stuff from the forest. His son comes running to the father to say, Parvati has come, looking out for you. And Gautama says, yeah, I know. He said, how you are so far away and how you know? Yeah, suddenly the whole place was blooming and I thought there is some magical appearance from somewhere. So it was Parvati Devi. There she does penance and she gets half bhaga of Shiva. She becomes half Shiva itself. So that is the story.
Let us invite Parvati to Bengaluru, Karnataka.
Yes. Just think of her. Finished. Kaam ho jayega.
Nirmala, you give us the Adhyatmika meaning of this Parvati closing Shiva's eyes. It's all nice, fun to listen to the story, but what does it mean?
Adhyatmika meaning, I don't know. I've not thought of it. I'll think of it.
That this whole Shakti, this play of the world, is preventing me from seeing my own self, Alba. Yes or no?
Yeah,
it is preventing me from looking at my own nature as Shiva, which is the pure screen, the consciousness behind the play of Shakti.
Yeah, Maya.
So Maya is developing me.
And there is another reason also. Because she closed that two eyes, sun and moon, that the third eye opened up for Shiva.
For Shiva it opens.
The little which is alive is because of the third eye of Shiva.
Okay.
And the third eye is called Netra, It is so powerful. It is the Jnana Chakshu.
Jnana Chakshu. So when we are enveloped, avarana of Maya has come,
Yes.
we have the third eye, the Jnana Chakshu has to be activated.
It will open up automatically.
Should be activated automatically. I don't know about
automatic.
Automatically
Automatically, it will get activated. Are, if you
For a
close
moment,
your eyes,
for a
something
moment,
has to open up.
something has to open up.
You
Very
become
nice.
desperate.
Yeah. See, that is one that is very important. Only one has become desperate and fed up with this world, and one starts looking for answers.
In
When the third
Christianity,
eye start get activated.
the Christianity, they say, no, when all the doors close, there will be one little window which will be opened for you.
Yes.
And that one little window is that netra, the third eye.
Very true, very true, very true. Beautiful.
The third eye.
However, they say we always keep looking at the closed doors. We don't look at the window which is open.
Yes, yes.
Always wish for the door only to be open all the time, and we ignore the windows.
Who will look at the window when we are so concentratedly seeing which door is open? Where somewhere up there's one little window which is opening. Whoever will see there?
Prisoner will see at that small ray of light coming from somewhere. That's how we have to be open to all sorts of lights from everywhere. Most importantly, the inner light, the Atmajyoti. Let's go there and there will never be any darkness. So we are in a good place, all of us. Very nice.
That
right?
Inner peace or the inner this thing is the third eye, is the little window, is the one. The one we are looking for.
Yes. Yes, Shweta.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
This is my experience. I don't know about rest. Whenever I have a situation, I just close my eyes. I think with my conscious mind, like what exactly in this situation I would be doing, not reacting with response what I'm gonna do. So answer will come just like that. The same way, Lord Shiva, whenever closes his eyes, the third eye gets open. This is what, being a human being, you have to opt.
That's the Adhyatmika meaning of Shiva's third eye opening. We have to open it for ourselves. Yes, Shweta Rao. Anything else, people? Any more thoughts? Yes, Neha. No, I don't know who wants to say anything, or we can close for the day. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet, lokaah samastaah sukhino bhavantu, lokaah samastaah sukhino bhavantu, lokaah samastaah sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.